One last example of root division is wild ginger. As you might expect, ginger, which is a root that we use, is also propagated by root division. But it also meets our criteria with the plant dialogue. Is there an obvious flower, fruit, or seed? There is a beautiful flower with the ginger, but it doesn't produce a very, very obvious seed. It's also not woody and upright. It's also not falling to the ground and making roots, and there aren't very many little plants growing around it. Although in one sense there is, they're actually growing from the roots. The final question, is there that much actually happening above ground? And the answer is no, this stuff is really weak and fast decomposing. So what we're going to do is actually dig up some of this wild ginger root so we can take it over to our nursery and make more of it. The last example of root division that we have is the wild ginger. This ginger is decent for medicinal properties, but it's not the best thing for eating or like cooking with. As you can see, that has the big root. It's also the thing we know the plant is named after the ginger root itself. You have these offshoots of roots, and then you have the big thick root. But these will grow, so if you just take one small piece, as you can see there's like a new shoot. You could imagine this forcing its way up out of the ground and making a new plant. And if you look under, there's often going to be small tender roots there. So I might choose to break it, or if I was being more careful, I would cut it maybe like that. And then again, remember your root-shoot ratio. They lost some of their shoots, so you can also prune some of the roots to help the plant out. And that is now a new ginger plant, and I would plant it just like that in the ground. So ginger is similar to malanga. You might want to get them all started in a box, and then when they're really growing, do it right. Or you could take them and put them right into their habitat. While they would like moist soil, they can survive in drier conditions. As you can see, we have one, and from just one little root division, this will also grow. This, both sides, will also grow. Again, I would pull off the roots, cut off the roots, and I'll have these pieces. Put them directly into the field. This is quite hardy. Assuming there's just enough moisture, they'll grow. Or you could create a special spot in your garden for tender bedding plants, or you could have them in a tray like this. A bag is not the best choice for this sort of big, clunky root like wild ginger or taro.